Perunovic and Predke dive into the Sicilian defense-accelerated Dragon Maroczy bind in this thrilling Montenegro League 2025 Premier Round 1 encounter. On e4. On c5. Knight f3. On g6. On d4. Threatening pawn takes c5. On takes d4 played by Predke. Knight takes d4. Bishop g7. On c4 entered in Sicilian defense accelerated Dragon Maroczy bind. Knight c6. Threatening bishop takes d4. Bishop e3 played by Perunovic. Queen b6. Predke wants to play. Bishop takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Queen takes d4, and take decisive advantage. Knight b3 played by Perunovic. Threatening bishop takes b6. Queen d8 played by Predke. Threatening bishop takes b2. Knight d4 played by Perunovic. Queen b6. Predke might go for. Bishop takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Queen takes d4, and dominate the board. Knight b3 played by Perunovic. Threatening bishop takes b6. Queen c7 played by Predke. Threatening bishop takes b2. Queen d2 played by Perunovic. Knight f6. Threatening knight takes e4. Knight c3 played by Perunovic. On d6. Bishop e2. King castled kingside. Rook c1. On a5. King castled kingside. On a4. Threatening pawn takes b3. Knight d4 played by Perunovic. Queen a5. Threatening knight takes e4. Knight db5 played by Perunovic. Knight d7. Bishop h6. Knight c5. Bishop takes g7. King takes g7. On f4. On f6 it is novelty move. Queen e3. Bishop d7. King h1. Rook f7. Rook cd1. Rook af8. On h3. Bishop e6. Rook fe1. King h8. Knight d5. Rook g7. Rook f1. Knight d7. On h4. Rook c8. King h2. Queen d8. Queen c3. On g5. On takes g5. On takes g5. Stop here and find the strongest move for Perunovic. Knight takes e7 is the right idea because Queen takes e7. On f5. Knight f6. On takes e6. Knight takes e4. Queen e3 position is equal. Let's go to the main variation. On takes g5. On e5 slightly worse move played by Perunovic. Bishop takes d5. Rook takes d5. On takes f4. On takes d6. On e5. Queen h3. Rook g3. Threatening rook takes h3 check. Queen h6 played by Perunovic. Rook g6. Threatening rook takes h6 check. Queen h3 played by Perunovic. Queen g5. Predke is looking to play. Rook h6. Queen takes h6. Queen takes h6 check. King g1. Queen g6 and establish a winning position. King g1 played by Perunovic. Rook cg8. Predke is planning to play. Queen takes g2 check. Queen takes g2. Rook takes g2 check and establish a winning position. Bishop f3 played by Perunovic. Threatening queen takes d7. Knight f6 played by Predke. On d7. Knight takes d5. Bishop takes d5. Rook d8. Rook d1. Queen e7. Threatening rook takes d7. Bishop e4 played by Perunovic. Threatening bishop takes g6. Rook g7 played by Predke. Bishop f5 take a moment to spot the best move for Predke. On e4 is best move here because on b4. On e3. Rook c1. Rook dg8. Knight c3. Rook takes g to check. Predke have small advantage. Let's go to the main game. Bishop f5. Knight d4 slightly worse move played by Predke. Predke considers playing Rook g3. Queen h5. Rook g5 and dominate the board. Knight takes d4 played by Perunovic. Pawn takes d4. Queen d3. Queen e3 check. Queen takes e3. Pawn takes e3. King f1. Rook g5. Predke is preparing to play. On f3. Pawn takes f3. Rook takes f5 and take decisive advantage. Bishop e4 played by Perunovic. Rook g7. Bishop f5. Pause the video and find the best move for Predke. Rook g5 is a strong choice since Bishop e4. Rook g7. Bishop f5. Rook g5. Bishop e4. Rook g7. Predke heading towards winning. Let's analyze the main game. Threatening rook takes d7. Bishop f5 played by Perunovic. Pawn b6 is not the best move played by Predke. Rook d4. Rook f7. Threatening rook takes f5. Bishop e6 played by Perunovic. Threatening bishop takes f7. Rook f6 played by Predke. Threatening rook takes e6. Bishop g4 played by Perunovic. King g7. King e2. King g6. Pawn b4. Pawn takes b3. Pawn takes b3. Pawn h5. Threatening pawn takes g4. Bishop h3 played by Perunovic. King f7. Pawn b4. King e7. Pawn c5. Perunovic might go for Rook e4 check. King f7. Rook c4. Pawn takes c5. Pawn takes c5. Rook a8. King f3. Rook g8. Pawn c6 and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn takes c5 played by Predke. Pawn takes c5. Rook df8. Rook e4 check. King d8. Rook a4. King c7. Rook a7 check. King b8. Threatening king takes a7. Rook a4 played by Perunovic. King b7. Rook e4. Perunovic is aiming to play Rook e8. Pawn f3 check. Pawn takes f3 and establish a winning position. Rook a8 played by Predke. Rook e8. Threatening rook takes a8. Rook f8 played by Predke. Predke is looking to play Rook takes e8. Pawn promotes to queen at dx e8. Rook takes e8 and gain a significant edge. Rook e6 played by Perunovic. Rook a2 check. King e1. King c7. Predke is planning to play Rook b8. Rook b6. Rook ba8. Rook d6. Pawn f3. Pawn takes f3. Rook h2. Rook d1. Rook takes h3 and increase their advantage significantly. Rook e8 played by Perunovic. Threatening pawn promotes to queen at d8 check. Rook a8 played by Predke. Predke is looking to play Rook takes e8. Pawn promotes to rook at dx e8. Rook takes e8 and establish a winning position. Rook e4 played by Perunovic. Rook a1 check. King e2. Rook a2 check. King d3. Rook b8. Predke is preparing to play Rook b3 check. King c4. Rook a4 check. King d5. Rook takes e4. Bishop f5. Pawn e2. Bishop takes e4. King takes d7 and increase their advantage significantly. Rook e8 played by Perunovic. Perunovic intends to play Rook c8 check. King b7. Rook takes b8 check and establish a winning position. Rook a8 played by Predke. Predke intends to play Rook takes e8. Pawn promotes to queen at dx e8. Rook takes e8 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook e7 played by Perunovic. Rook a3 check. King c4. Rook a2. Rook e8. Rook c2 check. King d4. Rook d2 check. Pause the video and find the best move for Perunovic. King c3 is best move here because Rook d8. Pawn c6. Rook d6. Rook e7. King takes c6. Rook e4. Still Perunovic is losing, shifting to the main game. Rook d2 check. King e4 is not the best move played by Perunovic. Perunovic is preparing to play Rook c8 check. King b7. Pawn c6 check. King a7. Pawn c7 and increase their advantage significantly. Rook takes d7 played by Predke. Rook takes b8. King takes b8. Victory for Predke. After a hard-fought battle, Perunovic resigned, conceding the game.